Game number 1 here in Detroit. It's the New York Yankees versus the Detroit Tigers in the 1971 wild card round. It is the Tigers here in Tiger Stadium. They are trying to get a leg up. And the New York Yankees right here, they are trying to get a little bit of semblance. They're a little young. Both these teams are big. In 1972, Detroit would lose the ALCS to Oakland. And here come the New York Yankees and Detroit. We're going to see two different lineups, two different teams, maybe overlooked by history. Mickey Lolich will start off as the pitcher for Detroit. Here in Tiger Stadium, he's going to start off by himself. And first off is going to be Horace Clarke. A lot of people will be batting for the first time. We have 4 things here. So Lolich against Horace Clarke, and we're ready to go, and we're going to be underway. And that's going to be fouled back, 0-1. For New York, we all know that the Yankees are looking to try and get out a little bit early. Boston won 7-1 in their game. And that's going to be a strike there. A lot of people here in Detroit, they know that every batter means something, and here, Lolich loves pace of his pitching. The 0-2 to Horace Clarke. And that'll be fouled back. It's something early on when you don't have the oomph to strike out people. Again, the 0-2. And let's see what Lolich does. That'll be a ball outside. 1-2. Horace Clarke will start off. It'll be a little looper. They're going to run to get it short to first. They get him. It's going to be 1 out. So the first out of the inning, it's those early runs nobody wants to get. Clark, Munson, Mercer, White, Felipe Alou, Ron Swoboda, Danny Carter, Jerry Kenny, and Gene Michaels. They're not the most home run hitting team, but they can hit doubles, triples, they're well rounded. So here's Thurman Munson, the catcher, his first time up. He hit .290 in a regular season. He's ready to go here in 1971. It's going to be the 0-1, 1 out, nobody on. Lolich looking good. High and foul. We still have not had a home run yet today. Thurman Munson, you can see he's very good at what he does. One of the best catchers. He's young right now. And it's going to be a ball right here. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the first inning. Struck him out, and Munson looks at it. It's going to be 2 outs. Well, let's take a look at Detroit here. You have 2 outs, nobody on, and here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby Mercer for New York. He'll be high and fouled off. This team is young. They still need somebody. Really, they do. Many feel, anybody can really win these early rounds, but especially the wild card rounds. But there are favorites. And that'll be on the ground. Should be able to get it. They do. That'll end the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Detroit goes 1-2-3 right on New York. And now it's Detroit's chance. So Rodriguez, Taylor, Alkaline there. Fritz Peterson. Fritz Peterson, 32 games, started 13-9, and had a great season for the Yankees. The Yankees in the late 60s, they were down a little bit. Baseball was kind of anarchy. Then once they were down, they're building themselves up. But here comes Aurelio Rodriguez to start off. This will be the first Detroit batter. Of course, his first at-bat, and we're going to be underway the bottom of the first. High pop fly into a little bit of a zone. It'll be foul and caught 1 out. Rodriguez, Tony Taylor, Alkaline, Willie Horton, Bill Freehan, Mickey Stanley, Norm Cash, Ike Brown, and Ed Brinkman. Ed Brinkman over, and that is the 1971 Detroit Tigers. So it's going to be Bottom of the first inning, 1 out. Here is Tony Taylor. Trying to bunt it. It's going to be fouled off, 0-1. Fritz Peterson. He'll pitch. Tony Taylor's going to be number 2, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 0-2. And over the inside, 1-2, bottom of the first. One ball, 2 strikes, bottom of the first, 1 out. That'll be on the ground hard. They pick it up and step on first, 2 outs. So Tony Taylor, nothing there. Really, when the game goes on, you start to get a feeling of who is a little bit better. Here comes Al Kaline, not the best. Al Kaline, not like the battery. Al Kaline hitting third, and that's going to be a base hit. It'll be to right field. A single for Al Kaline, and Kaline will go to first. Kaline gets on first with a single, and that's what he wants. That'll be a runner on first with 2 outs, bottom of the first. Now here's Willie Horton. The thing the Yankees do not want. The Yankees do not want an early run in the first inning. That'll be a strike 0-1. Willie Horton averaging .317, 39 home runs, 104 RBI. You got to be careful with this guy. He can hit. And then Al Kaline will be running. That'll be Horton on the ground. No way. That'll be third to second, and that'll be 3 outs. Well, at the end of the first inning, we're scoreless. But Whitealoo and Svoboda come up. Here's Roy White. Here in the top of the second inning, the 1971 wild card round. Roy White. Mickey Lolich is still in. He had a 12-pitch first inning. A little bunt. They're going to pick it down. They're going to throw to first, and they throw it into right field. And look at him go. It's going to be an early error. He's going to go all the way to third on the air, and it'll be sacrifice position. He has a error, so that'll be an error. They throw it, and wow. New York's going to have an early chance. Now here's Felipe Alou. What a chance for them. Alou high and fouled off. And if Lolich wants to get out of this, he's got to one batter at a time. Really, this first one, he's trying to aim to a shallow fly ball, really. Doesn't want a grounder, doesn't want anything like that. A grounder could score depending on where it is. Early on, it's going to be the top of the second inning. That's going to be foul, barely. You never know. There's no preset motion to these things. You can't tell what it is by what it is. 1-2. No, 2-2. Well, Lolich is a little bit nervous right now. I would say so. No inside. It'll be 3-2. Ron Svoboda. I think it's Svoboda. I know people say Swoboda is next. But Felipe Alou, the full count. High, and that's going to score a run. And Felipe's going to be running. It's 1-0 New York. Felipe will go to second. And now they might go to third. It'll be stopping at second is Felipe Alou, and it's 1-0 New York. Here in the top of the second inning, all of a sudden New York is doing a very good job, and an error caused that. Now Swoboda here in the wild card round. Ron Svoboda. And that's going to be high ball 1. Svoboda is hitting .263. 26 home runs, 79 RBI. And can he get them over? They want to get 2 in this first inning. It'll be outside 2-0. Well, Lolich is having trouble right now. It looks like the same umpire we had in the last game. Top of the second inning. Lolich has not, this first inning was good, but now his second one, that's going to be a strike there. 2-1. He almost has as many pitches as he had in the first inning, and he hasn't had an out yet. 3-1. He's kind of losing control here. Danny Carter is on deck. And you got to really worry about Danny Carter. Here's Swoboda. And they walk him. Looking upset, and now they have Alou and Swoboda, and it is a jam. Lolich does not want to give up that many runs. Top of the second inning, nobody out still. Fouled it off. 0-1, Danny Carter is up. The only solace to Detroit is it's the bottom of the Yankee lineup, and the Yankees are like, well, if the bottom can continue, if they can hit hard, it's going to be one great game. Carter fouls it off quickly, 0-2. I think the thing is they want that second run. 1-0 getting out of this keeps the momentum with Detroit. There's really the pitch. That's going to be to left field, way back, and this will score both of them. This will score both, and they're going to throw it in. They will go home, and he's saved 3-0. Lolich is having one horrible inning, and the Yankees are just hitting and doing very well. Over, and it hit the wall. Remember, Oakland is the team that the winner of this will face. High pop fly should be number 1. And they settle them down, 1 out. Catch by the shortstop there. 1 out. Detroit, the one thing with Detroit is at least it's early. If you're a Detroit Tiger fan. If you're a Yankee fan, you know this is exactly your game plan. You want to do it. Gene Michael, and he's hitting 9th. 1 out. Top of the second inning. 3-0 New York. That's going to be a ball inside and low. New York 3, Detroit 0. Low, and will it take it over? It'll be caught, 2 outs. And they'll throw it in. He probably will go to third. And they will. So a simple base hit will score no matter what it is. They don't have to stretch it out. It'll be 2 outs. And here's Horace Clarke. He grounded out in the first inning. 1-2-3 went down quickly. But here is Horace Clarke, 3-0 New York. In the top of the second inning, runner on third, 2 outs. Can they get the fourth? That'll be a strike. Horace Clarke almost had a hit a game. 2 in a row. Quickly 0-2. And Detroit wants to stop the bleeding. Baseball's a game of short runs, and you get momentum for an inning, and you just can't get it again sometimes. Struck him out, and good night. He looked at that. That wasn't good. Danny Carter, though. Look at Danny Carter. 2 RBIs for Carter. And the bottom of the lineup is looking good. 3-0 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Bill Freehan will start off for Detroit. Fritz Peterson, only 8 pitches in the first inning. Seemed like an hour ago when he was in. And that'll be short hit, third to first. This should be easy. And it'll be 1 out. Not the way you want it. You want to get your first batter on there, especially when you're down 3-0. You don't want to have, here's Mickey Stanley now. You don't want to have something where it is just, like you don't want to go down quickly and have New York score another couple runs in the third. That'll be a strike. You want to get people on at least, because what that does is it runs up the pitches for Peterson. That'll be a little looper, but foul. Quickly 2 strikes. The best thing a scoring team can do is hold the other team to absolutely nothing in the next half inning. Oh, and that's foul again. 3-0 here. New York leading Detroit. The 0-2 with 1 out. And nobody on to Mickey Stanley. He went, and they call it out on the swing. 2 outs. Pulled him with the pitch, and here's Norm Cash. Norm Cash for the 1971 Detroit Tigers. 3 years ago, they won the World Series. They beat the St. Louis Cardinals, and they won it in '68. Norm Cash now will be up. That'll be a strike. It was the last World Series, '68, before they went into the divisions in baseball. 1-1. Maybe I got that wrong. I got to see. It's the St. Louis, whatever, Detroit World Series. I thought Detroit won it all. Struck him out. That'll end the inning. We go to the 3rd inning. New York, a 3-0 lead. I mean, you can't argue with an umpire with the swing and a miss that bad. Walks and errors have been Mickey Lolich's biggest foe today, and Thurman Munson 0 for 1. Lolich will come up, and what you want to do is you want to get quick outs. Quick outs. High into left field, underneath. Should be easy. It is 1 out. So, Thurman Munson, if you got a lot, maybe you don't score, but you drag out the pitches a little bit. Here's Bobby Mercer 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 1st inning. Here in the top of the 3rd, high ball 1. Detroit down 3-0. They want to stop New York from scoring. It's manageable here, but they got to be able, as that's going to be fouled off 1-1. They got to be able to low 2-1. As Bobby Mercer 0 for 1 today, they got to be able to chip away. But right now, low 3-1. Again, walks and errors. Again, that first error, Roy White was the guy that went to first on the bunt. On the ground. Oh, he stopped him. Will he race him to first? He will. Detroit looking good. That is Cash with the great first base move. What a move. What an out. That was big that they didn't allow it on. That's going to be 2 outs. And now here comes Roy White, who started the inning on an error in the last inning, and they try and bunt again. He's fast, and he wants to bunt. He reached on the air. He ended up scoring the run. So he has 0 hits and 1 scored run. That's how you do it. He's 0 for 1, and he scored a run. That's how you do it. Hard hit, knocked down, picked up by the shortstop. They throw and they get him. What a move. What a play. A very odd play off the glove and picked up. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and here's Ike Brown. Ike Brown, Fritz Peterson now. Here's Fritz, and that's going to be in for a strike. Ike Brown will start up again. The first batter is so big. You look at Tiger Stadium, and the first batter is always so big because when you're up 3-0, if you get the first one, it makes it difficult to get a run going, and they're going to do this. 2nd straight inning, 3rd to 1st, gets the first out. And Brown is out there. I mean, that's big there. Here comes the 2nd one. Here comes Ed Brinkman. Fritz Peterson is mowing everybody down. He's going through very quickly. Bottom of the 3rd. Now be high ball 1. Ed Brinkman, I believe he's number 9 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll be right down the middle, 1-1 with 1 out, nobody on. High and deep to left field. Will it hit the ground? No, it won't. What a catch. 2 outs. Aurelio Rodriguez now. That'll be on the ground, and that's a base hit. So Detroit needs something to break up the monotony of groundouts and strikeouts, and they finally get it. They finally get it. So Rodriguez is on first, and here's Tony Taylor 0 for 1. Tony, maybe, no, he's jogging back. They're going to make the catch center field. And that's going to be 3 outs. The end of the 3rd inning, it's 3-0 New York. So I don't know, those 2 people that just showed up, that's not me. It's not me. So here we go. Felipe Alou, 1 for 1. Mickey Lolich now. Lolich, 42 pitches in the first 3 innings. That's going to be high ball 1. Again, New York is, it's bunch innings, really. That's the thing about this. Both teams, last game, only 2 half innings were scored in, and the final was 7-1 Boston. Now only 1 half inning. 3-0 here. Oh, what a catch. They throw to first. They get him. What a play. Very good defense here, and he couldn't run it out. And it's going to be 1 out. What a play. Good night. Look at this. Big time Ron Swoboda now. Will be up 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. Walked in the 2nd inning, so he shouldn't be 0 for 1. He should be 0 for 0. Yeah, he's 0 for 0. He hasn't had that bat yet. So it's going to be 2-0. Swoboda walked. He's a good hitter, but right now with nobody on, you might want to go after him because Lolich has been plagued by errors and hits. Errors and walks, sorry. He's only given up 2 hits all game. It's a 3-0 game. So hits are at a premium, I think, all series and all year. And that's going to be high ball 2, 2-2. Dry throat. The pitch is going to be outside, 3-2. Danny Carter is going to be on deck, a double and 2 RBI. That's going to be fouled off and foul. Lolich, 51 pitches. Struck him out. That's going to be 2 outs. Lolich is getting back on the train, and that's the one thing. If you're able to hold on, and that's the one thing here. It's going to be 1 for 1 today. Top of the 4th inning, Danny Carter. And that's going to be a strike. 0-1 here in the top of the 4th, 3-0 New York. Lolich working hard now. It'll be 1-1. He's using a lot of pitches for every single batter. 54 here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to be 2-1. He's going to start flaming out here soon if he doesn't start getting some quick outs. A 2-1. Oh, 2-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Danny Carter on the ground. Picked up short to first. Oh my. You know, he's been doing that all game. That's incredible. Kaline, Horton, and Freehand. Al Kaline, 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Only 24 pitches so far. 8 an inning for Fritz Peterson. He's getting the quick outs, but they're starting to lengthen a little bit. Kaline, it's going to be outside ball 1. I think Detroit might be a little bit more patient. You don't want to be too patient. Kaline is good at what he does. He's 1 for 1 today, and he'll be 2-0. Detroit needs that first batter to be on. They haven't had a first batter get on. That meltdown inning, New York's first batter got on. That'll be on the ground. This will be short to first. It should be an easy out, and it is. So Kaline doesn't get it. Bottom of the 4th inning. Detroit needs to start chipping away. And here's Willie Horton. He grounded out in 1st inning. 317 average. It is now, it's going to be 1-0. Willie Horton. I mean, right now, Detroit needs a little bit of something, base or whatever, get on base or something like that. It's going to be 2-0. Horton 0 for 1, their best hitter. So far, he's hitting cleanup. Right there, it's going to be 2-1. Fritz Peterson has 30 pitches. He's starting to build that count up a little bit. He chased that slider outside. It's going to be 2-2. The 2-2 to Willie Horton. 3-2. Bill Freehan will be next. He grounded out in the 2nd inning earlier, but now the 3-2. Fouled it off. Oh, near the bullpen. A lot of these teams have bullpens on the field. The National League will be over. Pittsburgh gets a bye. And you're going to have, we'll show you that afterwards, fouled again. National League will be next time. Tomorrow will probably be Racing Friday. This will go on until I'm in Cambodia. My new job, and they walked Willie Horton. So Horton will get on, and that's big. That's the first walk again. Peterson has allowed. Now here's Bill Freehan. 1 out, 1 on. The double play clause is in effect. Any pitch could end this with a double play. 1 on, 1 out. Oh, maybe here it is. There's 6. There's 4. There's 3. And wow, I didn't predict that. I was just stating the obvious. And that's big for New York. If you're going to win a game, you got to do that. Freehan really didn't do what he wanted to do. And it's 3-0. Jeff Hunter, good to see you. Always good to see you. Yes, I'm in Liger Academy in Cambodia. I'm really excited. I think it's a good opportunity. I really do. I think it's a good opportunity. It's a good school. It looks like it's up and coming. It is really good. They, as a foundation, they're solid. I'm really excited about the people working there, and let's see how it goes. I got a nice email from them today and all that. This will be unassisted 3, 1 out. Jerry Kenny is out. But yeah, it was very good, and I really like it. That's going to be, I believe it's Storm Cash. Gene Michael now fly out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. So it seems like it's a good deal. It's going to be fun to be in Cambodia. And high ball 1, I'll be able to go out, and you know what I'll do? I'll go out and go to soccer games. How about that? That'll be fouled off into the side, 1-1. The 1971 wild card round, they're all at Detroit Tigers Stadium. All 3 games, and that'll be a strike. It's the best of 3. Lolich now, the 1-2. Struck him out, and that'll be 2 outs. Except for that 1 inning. Here is Horace Clark. He struck out and grounded out. Oh, that's great. Maybe I can actually meet up. That's going to be high ball 1. Oh, Cambodia is unbelievable. You know what? This is... You know, some people wonder why I do this. They're the best people in the world in the chat. And there are. I don't get many, but it's really good. It'll be 3-1. Thurman Munson will be on deck. He struck out and flew out. But I really feel I got the best people listening. I do. Unbelievable around the world and people they know, things they've done. It's incredible. They'll come in and make the catch, a running catch, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Detroit has to start getting headway unless they want to get it all in one inning, which is the trend. So Mickey Stanley struck out in the 2nd inning. When you're dealing with aces, yes, I understand it's tough to do things. So for 1 today, bottom of the 5th, that'll be a strike. Detroit would love it if they could get on somebody on base and have an inning where there's a little bit of tension. But right now it's 3-0 Yankees, spearheaded by an early error. So this will be second baseman, 1 out. You know, that's the trouble with Detroit is you look at Tiger Stadium. Now all of a sudden, I mean, it's tough. Norm Cash. I mean, you're going against Fritz Peterson, and he's pitching a good game. That's going to be a strike. You need to get a couple things going against him. Make him feel pressure. Get the groove off of him. Swing and a miss. It's going to be 0-2, bottom of the 5th inning. And Fritz Peterson up to 40 pitches. But that's it. He can go the full distance. The 0-2. That'll be fouled off. No. 41 pitches. Bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch. The 0-2. Struck him out, and 2 outs. Great plays on defense. He wished he could do that on offense. And this is one of the best things. Look at that screwball. This is one of the best things is you get the 1971. The thing I will not put up is the strike zone. I like the fact it's ambiguous. It's just like that game. But I love seeing all the animations of the 1971 players and what they do. The pitches they throw, that's going to be 0-1. Swing and a miss like Brown. Well, Detroit's offense isn't really doing anything here in the bottom of the 5th. They got to worry. I would worry. No, I mean, my goodness, I would really worry. That's going to be inside, 1-1. One ball, one strike, Ike Brown. 0 for 1 today. Fritz Peterson, bottom of the 5th inning. A little looper, and they're going to get it. It's the strike zone is an abstract concept. And Marcon 1976, it is an abstract concept. That's why we don't show it. Hey, and it is the end of the 5th. You know, the Yankees have only left 1 on base. Detroit has left 3 on base. So all 3 of Detroit's base runners have been left on. Mickey Lolich will start 69 pitches. Thurman Munson will start top of the 6th inning. That'll be a strike. Thurman Munson. And this is a good game so far. That'll be another pitch, and that'll be foul. You know, we had the other game was 1 hour and 20 minutes. You know, in the 7-1 game, it's 3-0 here. I think the inning took most of it, but there were a lot of base runners in that game. But nobody got in. Nobody was able to get in. Lolich, that's going to be inside. It'll be 2-2 top of the 6th inning. Munson. That'll be a base hit. So on the top of the 6th inning. Yeah. So Munson will get on, and that's a big runner because if he gets in 4-0, it might be a little too much. That's going to be a strike. 3-0 now. You get one here and there. Bobby Mercer, 2 ground outs. And if he gets one here, it could be 2 very easily outs. So Lolich is trying to get out of this, and that'll be a swing and a miss, 0-2. Joe Niekro and Dennehy. So it's going to be 0-2. My cat is digging in, struck him out, and that's going to be 3 outs, 1 out. Hold on, my cat is, wow, he's digging his claws right into my leg. Calm down. Wow. That's going to be 1 out. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss there, 0-1. So Roy White can end this inning with a double play. Lolich getting a little bit of momentum. High to right field. They're going to run in, make the catch, 2 outs. So White, that was tough. K-line with the catch, he ran all the way in. Here's Felipe Alou. And Felipe Alou, a double, a run, an RBI. 1 for 2 today. He has an RBI. The man that follows him has 2. That's 1 plus 2 is 3. It's 3-0 now. High pop fly, and Detroit's actually going to get out of this inning. And then makes the catch right there. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Detroit, Ed Brinkman will be up. Aurelio Rodriguez will be up. And Tony Taylor will be up.
Leading up for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 8.
Ed Brinkman. Hard hit foul, barely, and if that were going to be fair, that'd be a great way to start an inning. If you're a Tiger fan, if you're a Yankee fan, you need to get this out, you know that. And that'll be a strike, 0-2 now. So what can Brinkman do? Eddie Brinkman, Fritz Peterson still in, only 48 pitches. That'll be on the ground and a base hit. So Brinkman will be on first, and nobody is out, and let's see what Detroit can do. Ed Brinkman, and he knows it. Aurelio Rodriguez, 1 for 2 today. Oh, this is big. On the ground, this is 6, 4. Oh, they take him out. He's out, though. He's out, a 6-4-3. Look at this. They take him out, and he still gets it. Watch this. 1, and he takes him out, and oh, they got him. Barely. And Tony Taylor. That'll be a strike, 0-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Line out and ground out. Tony Taylor. Little looper. Third to first, and that's going to do it. Detroit is losing a lot of their base runners, really. They're getting some people. So, Swoboda, Carter, and Kenny. Cater and Kenny. Joe Niekro will come in. He's been in 33 games. I think he's been a starter. I think they're using starters as relief right here. He strikes out about 1/4 of his people, walks less than 1 in 10. 7 in 100. It's about 1 in 14. Here's Joe. Oh, split figure fastball. That's going to be 4-seam fastball, sorry. 0-1 as the New York Yankees, top of the 7th inning. Swoboda has 2 RBI in the day. And that'll be a ball. Well, I thought he had 2 RBI. They say he's 0 for 1. No, I think he's out. The next guy had all that. And that's going to be a curve down low, 2-1. So the biggest thing is Joe wants to get that out. Ron wants to get on. That'll be fouled off, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground and a base hit. So Ronnie gets on first. He's 1 for 2 in the day. And not a good start for Joe, and a little bit of tension here. Only the 4th base hit for New York. Here's Danny Cater. Danny, he had the 2 RBIs before. So let's see what Joe does. And that's going to be a ball outside. 1-0. Danny Cater, he had the 2 RBIs. He hit the double earlier in the game in the 3rd inning. In the 2nd inning, I believe it was. It was the 2nd inning. It was a 3-run inning for New York. Remember about the air. High pop fly. K-line coming in. And that's going to be the catch. 2 outs. I don't know if that's K-line or not. I wish I had more of name help. That's going to be 2. Stanley came in, sorry. And here's Jerry Kenny, popped out and grounded out with 1 out. So Joe Negro got 1 out. Here, and he has a double play clause in effect. High pop fly, and again, center field, 2 outs. There it is. 2 outs, and Stanley. And here's Gene Michael. Gene Michael batting 9th. I thought Joe was going to have a tough inning. I mean, the first one was base hit out right up the middle, but right now he's got the last 2, and he's ahead of Gene, 0-1. One. High pop fly, that's gonna be deep. Maybe. Caught, 3 outs. He made all 3 outs. Look at that, he made all 3. And the 7th inning stretch will be back, 3-0 Yankees. Al K-line, single in the 1st inning, 1 for 2. Fritz Peterson, only 52 pitches. Oh, there it is. They finally get on, and Al K-line gets on first, and this could be the inning. You get that feeling. Oh, what a big hit. They get another runner on first, and this is the 3rd time. Will it be the 3rd double play? That's big. Look at K-line right here. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that's huge, and right now Willie Horton 0 for 1. Bottom of the 7th inning. That's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. You got to keep the momentum going. It's going to be a process. They don't have all the power in the world, so you're not going to see Willie Horton's their best hitter. You're not going to see a home run. You just bang, bang, bang like that. There it is on the ground. This is the 3rd time there's going to be a double play. New York has turned 3 double plays today. And if you're looking at reasons they win, look at this. Boom, they get 1. They throw it out of the way, and they get Horton. And that hurts. Here's Bill Freehan, 0 for 2. That's how his pitches are down. He doesn't have to work 7 or 8 pitches per batter. Here's Bill Freehan. 2 ground outs now. You're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 3-0 New York, trying to take a 1-0 series lead of the best of 3. And that'll be down below, ball 1-1, bottom of the 7th inning. Fritz Peterson, 2 balls, 3 strikes, only 5 pitches so far. Wait a second. That'll be on the ground and a base hit. So 2 of the 3 batters get ahead, but there's 2 outs. Another oddity.
The 17th, Mickey.
I didn't see that graphic. It looked like it said 5 pitches. I don't know. But that was probably to one player. Mickey Stanley now. Oh, if it's fair, no. Every hit's a curveball, so even though it starts out fair, you see how far it curves. So Mickey Stanley has a strikeout and a pop out here. Bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs, 1 on. 3-0 New York. The pitch. Low ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th inning. And a strike there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, how big this is. 2-2. Mickey Stanley was in center field, got all 3 outs in the top of the 7th. Wouldn't that be something if he got a big hit here? Best inning you could have. Oh, and it's foul as it curves away. Wouldn't that be something if Mickey Stanley would hit a home run? All 3 outs, and then he hits a home run. Bottom of the 7th at 2-2. He walked him. No, it's 3-2. Sorry. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see what happens. Jammed him, but it might fall down, and it will. It might, so there's going to be 2 on for the first time today, 1st and 3rd. Here in the bottom of the 7th, and this is the thing, Mickey Stanley got all 3 outs in the top of the inning, and, well, got jammed, and it fell down. So there's a chance. There is a chance. There's Mickey Stanley. Kind of a little bit of a hero, and now here's Norm Cash, 0 for 2. Very big at bat. They want to at least get 1 off this board. And a strike, he thought about it. He has 2 strikeouts on the day. 0 for 2, both are being strikeouts. I mean, that's the thing, he's got to put the ball fair into play. Oh, right there, and caught off the line drive. Wow, did that end very quickly. He hit it hard, and it was a great defensive play, but it's going to be 3-0. We go to the 8th. Horace Clark, he flew out in the 5th inning. And let's see how he starts out. That's going to be a strike right now. New York and Detroit. Here in the top of the 8th, it's going to be another strike. 0-2. Horace Clark. Going to take a look. It's going to be high and fouled back. Joe trying to get the first out, which would be very big for him. That'll be high into left field. During the bullpen. Oh, that hit the pitcher's mound. I think it hit the pitcher's mound. But anyway, here's Joey. Struck him out, and Horace Clark goes down. That's going to be 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Thurman Munson now, singled in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Joey. They're going to call that a ball. He wanted that one. But it is 1-0. Top of the 8th inning. New York 3, Detroit 0. And Thurman Munson. Big time. And that'll be fouled back. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's going to be a strike there. It'll be 1-2. Joey trying to get 2 outs quickly, and he'll be on the ground, 3rd to 1st. And he picks it out of the dirt, 2 outs. You know, Norm Cash, he's had a good game defensively, very good game. Offensively, he's done terrible. So it's been different, and Bobby Mercer now, 0 for 3, struck out in the 6th inning. This is Joe Niekro. Not Phil, but Joe, and that'll be a strike. Tiger Stadium in Detroit. The This 1971 playoff game wild card round. You play 3 games. And that'll be fouled away. As New York, the Yankees. Wouldn't that be something if the Yankees met the Mets in the 1971 Finals World Series? That would be big. That'll be high, 1-2. As Joey wants to get the final out here. Top of the 8th inning. The pitch. Low, it's going to be 2-2. And again, you get somebody down 0-2, and you can't finish the job. The 2-2. And this will be a different Yankee team. This is a Yankee team that's young and in transition. Thurman Munson is young. This will be on the ground. They should be able to get it. Short to first, they get it 3 out. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Detroit. Brown, Brinkman, and Rodriguez. This is big for them. They want to get on base. Now, 10 hits in this game, and I believe the Red Sox had 12 themselves. So here's Ike Brown, 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. High, and they're going to foul that off. They are warming up the bullpen right there. They're getting ready here. So Ike Brown, Fritz Peterson will throw it at Brown. A swing and a miss there. It's going to be 0-2. A foul ball and a swing and a miss. There's McDaniel and Acker. Oh, how big this is going to be. Ike Brown. 0-2. Struck him out, and that's going to be 1 out. And he gets the first out, and that's one of the biggest things is that first out. It's one of those biggest things. So Brown is out, and here's Ed Brinkman. 1 for 2, bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. Eddie, inside ball 1. Ready, 1 for 2, single in the 6th inning. That's going to be over to the field, and they're going to run. Let's see how far Ed Brinkman can go. It takes a lucky bounce, so probably only get 2. They're going to throw it in, and they'll get a double. So Ed Brinkman gets on. Eddie, what a day for him. I believe he's 2 for 4. And did he break his bat? I think he did break his bat. No, he didn't. So here we go, Aurelio Rodriguez. Aurelio Rodriguez down bottom of the 8th, 1 out. High ball 1. Singled in the 3rd inning. So Rodriguez 1 for 3 today. Fritz Peterson. It'll be on the ground. They're going to move the runner over, 2 outs, but that means any sort of a base hit will score, unless it's like an infield hit. And Tony Taylor, he grounded out in the 6th, 0 for 3 today. So Fritz is getting up there in pitches, and they're wondering whether he can go the complete game. High pop fly, and that was not what he wanted. Underneath, shortstop, they make the catch, and that's it. We go to the 9th inning, 9th and final inning. It's a 3-0 game. Bill Dennehy, 5 games. Look at this, not the best in the world. He walks as much as he strikes out. I must call him Brian Dennehy, the actor. Roy White will start out. 0 for 3 today, flew out in the 6th. So here's Dennehy. And that's going to be a strike. I think the biggest thing for Detroit, there's only been scoring in 1/2 of an inning here. That'll be fouled off. When you deal with aces, you're not going to see many runs or hits. You saw 8 in the first game, 3 in the second. Low 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, down.
Bill Dennehy. Well, low 2 and 2. Billy, I mean, now you got Detroit, and you got to worry about them, really. But first, Detroit has to defensively stop this. It'll be 3 and 2, top of the ninth. Felipe Alou has a double at RBI, and he scored a run. 3-2. High to right field. Will they be able to get it? Way back. It's back. And it's caught one out. It was back there, and you just don't know. It's a very defensive game. Here's Felipe Alou. People don't remember the American League in the early 70s had a lot of defense in it. The Oakland A's are the number 2 team. Baltimore's number 1. Wow, I can't wait to see if Baltimore would play Oakland, and that's going to be a strike. Baltimore and Oakland in the ALCS, but they got to get by the winner of this. And then the first game, you know, the Red Sox might be able to pull that one off. They're at home. 7-1 winners. And that's going to be 3-0. On the ground. Second to first should be easy. 2 out. Really, the air, that was the biggest thing. You get that first down, maybe they stop things, but here's Ron Swoboda, 1 for 2, a single and a run. He did walk, I believe, in this game. And Dennehy trying to finish everybody off. That'll be a strike, 0-1. And if you're the Tigers, you're loving the way you can save your bullpen here. Simple, efficient, and quick. That'll be over to left field, a line shot and caught. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. Detroit needs 3 with 3 outs. So here we go. Al Kaline, 2 for 3, 2 singles. Fritz Peterson, 75 pitches. You know that he wants to go the complete game so they can keep their bullpen. Inside ball 1, but you don't want to give up that first runner. Alkaline, I don't know, 2 for 3. Alkaline, and it's going to be 1-1. Fritz Peterson. And Kaline 2 for 3. That'll be on the ground. Will it be a base hit? No, it won't. Second to first, 1 out. Oh, not what Detroit wanted. And it's got to be, again, it's going to be a process. It's not going to be 3 batters to tie up the game. Here's Willie Horton. They're probably going to have to load the bases up, get a couple of hits, a couple walks in. So here's Willie Horton now. Peterson inside ball 1. Nobody on, 1 out, 3-0 New York. Bottom of the 9th inning. Horton will foul that back, 1-1. That's one thing I'm looking at this game, and Detroit has actually hit the ball better. And that's going to be 2-1. Remember, after the second inning, New York has only had 2 hits since the second inning. 3-1. Can Willie Horton get on base? He singled in the 7th inning. Bill Freehander's coming up next. Let's see, bottom of the 9th, 3-0. Willie Horton, a 3-1 to Horton. That'll be fouled off. It'll be a full count, 3-2. Three-two. High, and that might hit the gap. Let's see. Will it? No, it won't. 2 outs.
Now catcher.
And this is it. Bill Freehan. They got to get 2 people on just to look to tie. New York trying to close this thing out. Fritz Peterson, will he get the full game? He might. This one is back, and it'll... The Yankees win. The Yankees have won the game on a line shot. It was an okay performance. They had one inning in which they did a lot of things. You can see the manager right now for Detroit a little upset. And they had one, how should I say, one half inning in which they did something. They only got 2 hits the rest of the game. Detroit was on, and I think Detroit is going to be up there saying, well, we got a chance. We just got to bring people in and score the runs. Your final, New York 3, Detroit nothing. And New York is celebrating at the end. That's big because the wild card's the best of 3. Looking at some of the highlights really in the second inning was the biggest offensive highlights. K-Line had a few hits. That was good. And then, New York. I believe that was a two-run RBI in the second inning. Oh, what great play. See, Norm Cash was unbelievable defensively. Offensively, he had a really rough day. And look at that. That's the final out. You know it. 3-0, so Fritz Peterson, the player of the game. He goes complete game. 8 hit shutout, spread it out, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Peterson gets the win, Lolich the loss. Notable players, Alou went 1 for 4, a double, an RBI, and a run. Danny Carter 1 for 3. Danny Carter had that great hit in the second inning that put 2 on the board. Swoboda 1 for 3, scored a run. Roy White 0 for 4, and he scored a run. He went 0 for 4, and he scored a run because he reached on an error in the second inning. For Detroit, Ed Brinkman 2 for 3, he had a double. Bill Freehan 2 for 4, had a double. Al Kaline 2 for 4. Aurelio Rodriguez 1 for 4. Let's take a look at some things that have happened right now. The box score, that's going to be the New York Yankees. That's their offense right there. Nobody with double hits. You can always freeze it. Fritz Peterson, there you go. And Detroit Tigers, you had Kalon with 2 hits, Freehan with 2 hits, Brinkman with 2 hits. Brown in a double play, Horton, Freehan, and Rodriguez. 3 double plays. And that really was it. They kept hitting the ball, but they would have an inning where 4 people would come up, 2 would have hits, a double play in and out. So we take a look, the game log. There it is. See the second inning Yankees batting. 3rd on a throwing error. Alou doubled the left. We're going to go through this, so if you want to see the game, you can. You can always slow it down. There it is. Not too much. Look at this, the perfect contact hits. Yeah, on a deflected hit, yeah. Grounded out to third base, remember that? Tigers Stadium, 47,000. Peterson threw an 80, Lolich a 64. Ed Drummond was the home plate umpire. Quickly, pitcher analysis. This is it for Yankees for Peterson. He had everything. For the Tigers, here's everybody. Here's Lolich. And here's Joe Negro. And here's Dennehy. There you go. Batter analysis. And you can always slow this down if you want. I mean, they made contact a couple times, but you see the DP for double plays. That could really, really hurt the case for strikeouts. For the Yankees, yeah, how about Cater, the 2 RBI there. Unbelievable. I didn't realize in the top of the second inning that would do it. Just an incredible game, Bobby Mercer. There's Felipe Alou. Swoboda. There's Cater. And there we go. So that's going to be it. 3-0 New York. They have a 1-0 series lead in best of 3. Should be able to get this all done before I go to Cambodia, the whatevers. Taking a look at the standings so far in the National League. Surprisingly, Cincinnati, who would begin a very, very good run, did not make it in the top 6 in the National League that year. Pittsburgh was 1, San Francisco was 2, LA was 3, St. Louis 4, New York Mets was 5. The Cubs were 6, but the Cubs roster here was messed up. So I went with Atlanta. The American League is done. If Boston wins one more game, they move on. They're going to play Baltimore. It's a straight bracket. Kansas City lost their first one, and Detroit loses at home. We got to see what they do in game 2. So for the National League, it'll be St. Louis at Busch Stadium against the New York Mets, and the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium against Atlanta. The winner of St. Louis and the Mets will go play Pittsburgh, and the winner of Atlanta and the Dodgers will play the San Francisco Giants. All right, that's going to be it for today. Have a great day. We'll see you later.